Power! Hey friends, how's it going? Ash here. Welcome back to Gents. Hope that you're doing well. That's right, today we're talking power. Fragrances with 24-hour power, fragrances that have great longevity that will last you all day or all night, or in between, both of those things, all the things. 10 different fragrances, we're talking designers today, and all of them will be linked in the description below. Let's just get started. Let's just grab one and let's just go. Let's start with a very obvious one. Sauvage Elixir from Christian Dior. This stuff will last an eternity, which is why they give it to you in a small bottle. Unless you want to pay more for the 100 ml, which is like, how much does that one cost? It's like $700. Nah, I'm just playing, it's not that expensive, but it is expensive. But when it first came out, it just came in this size, the 60 ml. And the reason for that is because it lasts forever. You don't need a whole lot of this stuff. Man, it's got a pop to it. Very, very masculine and aromatic, a woody scent profile that has a bit of a throwback to the fragrances of yore, the fragrances from the 80s, only done with a very modern twist to it. Sauvage Elixir is that type of scent that, like I said, it lasts forever. You don't need much of this stuff. Couple sprays, you're good to go. And trust me, I've smelled dudes in the middle of summer wearing this and wearing more than a couple sprays. And at that point, everybody will smell you, for better or worse. So Sauvage Elixir, an easy way to kick this one off. It's a fragrance that I think just about all of you out there are going to know about, and all of you are going to know it lasts. Before we hop to the next fragrance, here are some codes that you can use to save money at a bunch of different websites. The newest code is from the Perfume Box, where you can save 10% off. And you also have GS11, 11% off of Fragflex, among all the other codes. We're gonna go from Sauvage Elixir to another elixir. This one is Ralph's Club Elixir from Ralph Lauren. Now, this may not be a fragrance that you immediately think of as a big time performer. Ralph's Club is not a fragrance line that's really known as being, beast mode or whatever, but Ralph's Club Elixir has really good longevity to it. Lasts a long time. It's one that is a big compliment puller, extremely easy to wear, has a good amount of orris in here. So you're gonna get that clean, creamy, sweet iris scent profile with this one. It's not like full bore makeup-y, lipsticky, but you have a little aspect, a little bit of that to the scent. But don't let that scare you away. This isn't hard to wear. It's not like one of those fragrances that's only for extremely niche situations, like a high black tie level formal event in the middle of winter in the evening, that type of scent. Dior Intense, which I love. But this is not that level of versatility. It's much more versatile than that. You also have in here leather, you've got lavender, you have a bit of cardamom in there as well. Olibanum and citrus also helps round this fragrance out. It's one that you can wear during the day, during the evening, has a really nice classiness to it, but still can be easily worn casually also. I think the quality on this stuff is really, really nice. And even though when Ralph's Club first came out, the line was kind of bagged on, this one in general has been well accepted by pretty much everybody. Let's throw it back a little bit next with Man in Black from Bulgari. Actually kind of feel weird saying let's throw it back and then talking about this one, because I remember when it was very first released and brand new. Time flies, yeah. Now, I know what you may think, well, dude, this just came out not that long ago. It came out a decade ago. Yeah. And they did just announce a new version of this, Man in Black Parfum. Haven't smelled that one yet, but hopefully it's very good as well. So the original Man in Black, this one is gonna remind you a bit of Spice Bomb by Viktor and Rolf, which is another fragrance that also has very good longevity, sticks around for a long time. Spice Bomb Extreme also. So you got a lot of spices in here right off the top, a whole bunch, big blast. You've also got rum in there, gives you a nice boozy sweetness that you can also immediately pick up. You have leather in here, you have tobacco in here, tonka, Dyak wood, even a touch of iris. I mean, honestly, like when you look at the note breakdown for this, it's got a little bit of just about everything that you would want in a masculine fragrance. At one point in time, this was very affordable from discounters. It was really cheap, but that time has passed. This one, I think nowadays is around 80 bucks. Sometimes you can get it for less, but even at that price point, absolutely worth it. This is an amazing fall and wintertime fragrance, especially for the evening. Man in Black is just killer. You gotta get this stuff. Okay, let's go extremely popular up next with Aeros Parfum. Also, Aeros Eau de Toilette, Eau de Parfum, those have good staying power as well. I really, really enjoy the Parfum iteration. I think you can wear this stuff year round. I know a lot of people would be like, oh, Aeros in the summer. No, but it works. It works during the summer. Just don't go, insanely heavy on the trigger, especially considering that it'll last a long time as is. But really, again, year round, daytime, nighttime, does not matter. You can wear Aeros Parfum. A little more grown up, as you'd expect, compared to the Eau de Toilette or the Eau de Parfum. Scent profile here is fantastic to me. It smells just a little bit higher quality than, for example, the Eau de Toilette. A little less heavy-handed with that kind of synthetic sweetness off the top that the original has. Not taking that as a shot against the original. I mean, of course, the reason that stuff is so popular is because so many people love it. It smells great to the vast majority of people. So I'm not saying, ooh, synthetic, to take a shot at it. I know some people love to throw that around, oh, synthetic. But synthetic does not automatically mean it smells bad, right? Okay. So you have that Aeros mintiness off the top, that green sweetness. You have apple in there in the mid as well. You've got lemon, touch of citrus, pepper in there off the top also. You have geranium in the mid, a little freshness from that. And then you've got a good amount of warmth and sweetness in the base that comes out pretty early on. You've got amber in there, vanilla, tonka, and it just gives this fragrance extreme versatility. Again, I talked about it, all year round, daytime, nighttime, but you have that freshness, you have that sweetness off the top, a little bit of a clean aspect as well. And as it dries down, a more seductive, sexy, warm, sweet scent profile comes out. Just really well done. And I think of all the Aeros fragrances, if I were gonna pick one to wear in a more formal situation, it would be this one, but it works casually also. Of course, yeah. Let's go stronger with U Leather up next. And like some of these other lines, you could pick a lot of stronger with you fragrances and pop it in here. It would work. The original, intensely, absolutely, all that stuff. So stronger with you Leather, this is a Middle Eastern exclusive, which means it's not always super easy to find, but this one is easier to find than some of the other stronger with you fragrances. That said, it is not inexpensive from discounters. It's pretty pricey, but the quality is great on this. If you're looking for a scent that has a gourmandy, extremely alluring, sexy scent profile, a big compliment puller that frankly, most people are not gonna know about. I know that the overwhelming majority of people watching my videos are gonna know about it, but your average person is not gonna know about a Middle Eastern exclusive stronger with you fragrance, right? So if you keep that in mind, this does have more of an exclusivity to it. Less people are gonna have it, less people are gonna know about it. So it has that chestnut and spiciness that you expect from a stronger with you fragrance, that nuttiness that gives it its scent profile, its signature. Then you have vanilla and of course leather in there as well. Just stunning stuff. Really, really good. One of the best in the whole lineup. Let's go cheaper next, since we got some in here that are decently expensive. I'm gonna go with Legend Eau de Parfum from Mont Blanc. So you can find this one usually around 40 bucks, maybe a little bit less if you get a smaller bottle, but noticeably cheaper than, for example, this one or pretty much all of them. Now the original Legend Eau de Toilette, that one smells similar to Fierce by Abercrombie & Fitch. I would say to my own personal taste that I think Legend Eau de Toilette is better than Fierce pretty much all the way around. When you consider the price point that they go for, performance, just overall scent profile, yes, they're very similar, but I think Legend Eau de Toilette for the overwhelming majority of people is gonna be a better buy than Fierce. You can get Fierce points for coming first, but at this point, all things considered, I think Legend is just a better buy. But now we're talking Legend EDP, not the Eau de Toilette, so let's forget about that for a second. Does Legend Eau de Parfum smell similar to Fierce? Yes, yes it does actually, yeah. It's not really super far removed from the Eau de Toilette. It is, once again, a little bit more grown up. It has more staying power than the EDT. It has a nicer looking bottle overall for what that counts for. And it's also gonna remind you of Percival from Parfums de Marly because that also smells similar to Fierce, only it's much more expensive. So you have woods in here, oak moss, leather, violet leaves, and a touch of citrus as some of the notes in the scent profile. It is smoother than Legend Eau de Toilette. It has more depth to it. It's a slightly heavier scent profile, but still has a nice freshness to it. Another one that is extremely extremely versatile and has a bit of a clean, soapy aspect to it as well. Legend Eau de Parfum, really, really good stuff, especially for the price point. Ooh, this one's nice. Fahrenheit Lip Parfum from Dior. Yeah, we got 2 Diors in here, don't we? Yeah. Fahrenheit Lip Parfum, it smells really good. Really, 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 really nice, this stuff. And pricey. Now with the original Fahrenheit, it's very well known for having a petrol liqueur, gasoline. And some people are gonna love that, other people are gonna hate that. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those deals. You know, you go to a gas station or a petrol station and you're filling up and you catch that whiff of gasoline. I think a lot of people are actually like, ha, that smells pretty nice. I'm not gonna huff it because it will literally destroy my brain, but I don't mind a little whiff now and again. And Fahrenheit gives you that power. Spray it on, you go, hey, a little bit of that gasoline, but check it out, my brain's intact, let's go. But at the same time, a lot of people don't want to smell like petrol, right? Violet plus leather, giving you that kind of scent profile. And while the original Fahrenheit is unabashedly masculine and is a classic fragrance by any measure, this one is much more approachable for a lot of people. Do you get a little bit of that violet gasoline kind of feel? A touch, not that much. It has been sweetened up, the edges have been taken off of it, much easier to wear, much more approachable. It has a boozy warmth and sweetness in there that's really nice, a suede leather instead of the more harsh leather from the OG. It is an elegant, sophisticated millionaire's version of the original Fahrenheit, and it is stunning. Ooh, I love this. Valentino Uomo, born in Roma, intense. Guys, in the air, it's stupid good, okay? It is stonks. It's just up and up, so nice. Things have changed, haven't they? When the original Born in Roma came out, I was not a fan. I thought it was some garbage, especially compared to Uomo and Uomo Intense that came before it, and Uomo Aqua. Born in Roma was a straight up slap in the face. It was like, oh, you enjoy these fragrances that we've been doing, these high quality masterpieces? Well, how about something that smells like Minerally Invictus and also up yours? That's basically what Valentino did. I was not a fan, and to be fair, the original Born in Roma, a much better fragrance for younger guys than Valentino Uomo and Valentino Uomo Intense. A much better fragrance, okay? Like if a younger guy, 30 or below, said, hey man, I'm looking for something that's extremely versatile, that's gonna get me positive attention, should I get Valentino Uomo or Born in Roma? 9 times out of 10, Born in Roma is gonna be a better choice for you. I admit that, and that's what I would recommend to a lot of people, but for my own taste, no thank you. But then as the new Born in Romas have come out, they've gotten better and better and better, and this is at the top of the heap for me. Vanilla, lavender, and vetiver, the official notes in the fragrance. This one has just the perfect amount of sweetness. It is not overdone. It doesn't come across like a synthetic whop in the head. Again, going back to what I said before, synthetic's not always bad, but it is just perfectly balanced. In the air, this stuff is so attractive. A nice aromatic feel to it, clean, masculine, modern at the same time. Little woodiness underneath, perfect for what this is. Year-round compliment pool. Ultramall up next from Jean-Paul Gaultier. Great performance here. Pigeon Hold a bit as a clubbing fragrance, but you can use it in many more places than that. It doesn't really get talked about as much as it used to, which makes sense. It's been around for a while, and it was hyped when it first came out. A lot of people go for the alternatives of this one over this one. 9 p.m. is going to be the most popular alternative to this one, but there are others out there as well. Pear off the top is going to be one of the biggest notes here. It's got a very interesting, sweet opening, different than pretty much all the other designers out there, other than the ones that are emulating it. You have as well lavender, mint, cinnamon, vanilla, and amber, as well as a little citrus in there off the top. Like I said, a lot of people say it's a clubbing fragrance, and that's going to be because it is sweet at the end of the day, from the opening into the dry down. Yes, you have other things going on in there. You have spices and some different notes that come out. But sweetness is really the name of the game here. Fruity sweetness initially drying down to more of a vanillic sweetness in the base. And it's a big attention grabber. So performance, sweetness, attention grabbing nature, all that stuff, clubbing, right? But like I said, you can use it a lot of other places. You can use this easily on dates, of course. You can wear this casually quite easily, tone it down a little bit, spray less of it. You can even wear this to the office. Last but not least, Acqua di Parma. This is essentially the replacement for Profumo. And you may not think of this as a big time performer, but as far as fresh fragrances go, it's got nice performance, good longevity. A lot of time with freshies, performance is not the name of the game. So when you look here, most of these are not really fresh fragrances, right? Aeros has some freshness to it. Legend has a little bit of freshness to it. Some of these have a bit of freshness, but at the end of the day, they're not really freshies. This one is, for the most part. So you have your marine notes in here, of course, your aquatic notes. It is an Acqua di Parma after all, citrus. You have a rosemary, some aromatics in here as well, olibanum. Not as much of an incensey touch as the original Profumo had. But still, if you were going to compare this to any other Acqua di Parma as far as how it smells, it would be that one. Profumo and Parfum are decently close. And as far as freshies go, great longevity here. This stuff will last all day, especially if you go a little heavier on the trigger. So there we go, guys. Fragrances with great performance, great staying power here. We're talking longevity, and these will get the job done, especially if you spray on your clothes. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me here today. Leave me a comment. Let me know some of the fragrances that you go for when you're trying to have a fragrance that lasts and lasts and lasts. Stay safe out there. I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys later.